Bitcoin Cash is forecasted to drop 2% tomorrow, according to digital coin price. But first, let's take a closer look at what's happening in the market. At this moment, Bitcoin Cash is up by 3% and is floating near $455. Let's roll into today's forecast series. 30 Rate says the price might move toward $462 by April 23. That's a move of 1.6%. Bitcoin Cash is expected to move higher to $455.96 according to crypto predictions, a gain near 0.2%. According to Coin Codex, it might edge lower toward $449.11, around 1.3% down. A separate forecast released by digital coin price projects Bitcoin Cash may drift down to $445.71, roughly 2% lower. And finally, CoinDataFlow points to $442.27 by tomorrow, 2.8% below current value. This is the highest profit potential we've reviewed. We've finished 5 projections. Let's keep moving. We've gathered all the predictions. Here's the analytical view. Based on the spread of views, the price may move between a drop of 2.8% and a gain of 1.6%. That makes CoinDataFlow the leader with the highest projected return with 2.8% gain in value by tomorrow. Based on these results, you could generate between $2 and $28 for every $1,000 you invest. Looking at volatility data, Crypto Predictions' forecast shows the highest probability of accuracy at 80.3%. Taking into account all 5 forecasts, I've put together one overall consensus scenario. Consensus projections indicate Bitcoin Cash might slip toward $451.01, down roughly 0.9%. Let's get into the specifics. Consensus calculations suggest a 0.9% price decrease by tomorrow. This path implies your capital might also advance by 0.9%. A 1,000 position could potentially reflect $9 in growth. According to the consensus assessment, the odds of this projection being realized are near 74.1%. Let's move on and check where analysts expect the price to head in the short 3-day window. 30 Rates points to further downside potential. An upward drive is anticipated by Crypto Predictions. Coin Codex notes that Bitcoin Cash may continue to trade sideways, suggesting investors should not expect big moves during this horizon. Similarly, digital coin price expects Bitcoin Cash to remain close to current prices, showing little to no directional momentum. A slide is anticipated by CoinDataFlow, with pressure on the downside. The consensus result indicates Bitcoin Cash will trade sideways, with little to distinguish a clear upward or downward trend. Summing up, 60% of analyst views suggest Bitcoin Cash may drop during this horizon. 5 forecasts were shared 2 days ago. Yesterday provided the results to evaluate. In the end, the price wrapped up the day at $448.60. 3 out of 5 analysts ended up correct about the trend. Looking strictly at accuracy, Traders Union turned out most accurate. Let's move on to the breakdown. Yesterday's price action included 2 forecasts within the limits. Looking at ROI, not everyone lost. The top positive result came in at 2.3%. Here's the outcome summary, showing how accurate and effective each forecast was. Also worth noting, Traders Union had a forecast probability of 65.8% accuracy and 1.8% ROI. See if you can spot the forecast that proved most accurate. Now you'll see how tomorrow's potential gains look for Bitcoin Cash compared with other assets. Bitcoin Cash takes 4th position among all forecasts, as Cardano holds the strongest outlook with 2.1%. In this section, Bitcoin Cash is compared with 4 randomly selected cryptocurrencies. The wider comparison and accuracy records for all analysts will also be shared on my site and Telegram. Before you go, hit subscribe to stay on top of all the new analyst forecasts. Talk soon.